Talkopolis, the social media TV network for your city.
Hi, thanks for joining us today on the Nashville Fitness and Beauty Roundup. Today we have Susannah Herring, owner of Hot Yoga Plus Nashville. Susannah, welcome. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Good. Now, I just want to start off so there isn't confusion. You came into Hot Yoga. Hot Yoga has been there for
around a long time.
10 years.
Yeah, actually, this is our 10-year anniversary.
Okay.
So it was started 10 years ago by a woman named Cassie Akins.
Right.
I bought it from her 3 years ago.
Right.
It was Hot Yoga Nashville at the time.
Right.
And I rebranded about 1.5 years ago to become Hot Yoga Plus as we started expanding outside of Nashville.
I just called you Hot Yoga Nashville, so Hot Yoga Plus, so that's obviously I got to catch up on the rebrand.
We're mainly known as Hot Yoga. I mean, we're kind of the Hot Yoga in Nashville that people know.
It's been on Elliston Place, like you said, for the most of that 10 years it was on Elliston Place. So it's kind of almost a landmark there. I mean,
it's a fixture.
Yeah, it's a fixture. That's a good way to say it. So you've come in, and in the last few years, you are not a yoga instructor.
I am a yoga instructor. It is not what I spend the majority of my time doing, but I actually got trained to teach yoga. I took a ton of yoga, got trained to teach yoga before I ever bought the studio.
Okay.
But I have a business background and bought the studio, Hot Yoga Nashville, and taught a little bit, but quickly decided I was going to grow the business. And so when we started expanding to multiple locations, I think I teach once a week, maybe twice a week. I sub a lot, but I've got 85 teachers I manage, so I do that with most of my time.
So this was a passion of yours. You decided to kind of switch careers.
Yes,
okay.
I did a ton of yoga and spent a ton of my own money. So it's probably the first sort of product I came along that I went, you know what, I would max out all my credit cards for this. It's that kind of deal. You know?
That kind of passion.
Yeah, that kind of passion, sure.
Great. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so as you mentioned, you've rebranded. Mm-hmm. They're popping up. I mean, you've got Brentwood, as well as Brentwood, Cool Springs.
Yes, so we have Nashville and Elliston.
Right. That's
our largest studio. Brentwood is right by the post office. You go through the Roundabout, the El Mazatlan Mexican restaurant, same building. Franklin is off McEwen Road, right by the Whole Foods, in the office building. We're on the ground floor of the office building. Chattanooga, right across from the Whole Foods in Chattanooga on the North Shore, in that great complex there. Okay. And then in Memphis, we're in a shopping center called Laurelwood, right in the center of Memphis. We just opened this summer in Memphis.
You opened this summer. Okay, great. So really, if you're anywhere in the state on business or visiting in-laws, you just have to escape and chill out.
It happens all the time. I mean, you know, that was my vision, was to sort of have multiple locations, because I traveled so much in my prior career and I could never find a consistent yoga experience. And so that was part of where the vision came from. But I've been surprised when we get people coming in and you'll recognize them. You know, I'll be in Memphis and I'll say, "Oh, you're from the Nashville Studio," and it's a big, exciting. But we get a lot of crossover across all of the 3 cities, so it's fun. It makes it feel like a huge statewide community, which is really fun.
That's fantastic.
Yes.
And you've done that in 3 years?
Yes, under 3 years. So when we opened Memphis this summer, it was 2.5 years. So we did 5 studios in 2.5 years.
Wow, that's impressive.
It's been a lot.
It's
kept me very busy.
It's a lot of focus, obviously.
It's a lot.
From the yoga. You know, obviously meditating on
it is,
more yoga.
It's I think it's a testament really to the product, to what yoga is, and to the growth of yoga, and to really the opportunity in the Southeast, where for better or worse, we're behind the rest of the country in the development of the industry.
Fitness in general, but yoga especially.
And so I think it just speaks to that. The opportunity was there, and my business background's allowed me to sort of capitalize on the opportunity, and then my own passion is just all sort of a perfect storm. And then certainly basing in Nashville, where is, you know, on the national radar, has helped a lot.
Sure.
Just because Nashville itself is getting a lot of attention, a lot of people moving here, and
progressive
people, right? Exactly. And we get a lot of people who come to Nashville and say, "Oh my goodness, I was so sad to leave my studio up in New York. I was so sad to leave my studio in LA. I'm so glad you're here," because it feels like home. So that's helped a lot.
So you get quite a mix of people coming in there, obviously, not just like students that you think of Elliston Place, you think of Vanderbilt students, and maybe some music people, but it sounds like you're getting people.
Yoga is interesting because people a lot of times will ask me what my target market is, and the true answer is I have retail boutiques. So, you know, if I want to really break it down, I could say, okay, women between the age of, because I want them to shop. But for the yoga, the actual bottom line of the yoga is every single person, shape, size, color, does not matter race. They are all my target market because yoga is so good for all of us in every single walk of life. Whether you're my mom and you're a cancer patient, who really has been through some very, very, very difficult things over the last 3 years, or whether you're, my sister with 6 kids who just needs the quiet, or whether you're me, who's a professional who works 100 miles an hour and I just need to blow off steam.
To de-stress and
it's really crosses all markets, which is really what's so neat about it.
Well, you've done that. I mean, Chattanooga, Memphis, Nashville, all in the same state, but I would think some very different demographics.
Very different demographics. Yeah. But you do get probably the Nashville Studio is the most eclectic, and it's fun because you get Vanderbilt students and Bellamy moms, and then some East Nashvillians and musicians, and we really reach everybody, and I think in particular you see it in the Nashville Studio.
Sure.
You just see all walks of life, and that's part of what makes it.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends with a lot of people in my life with tattoos that in my prior career, just wasn't a part of my prior career.
And
I've
seen that,
and it's great. It's just a mix of all different walks of life, and you learn stuff, and you meet people who are maybe outside of your comfort zone or in your comfort zone, and you grow from it. So it's good.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. We're going to close this segment. We're going to check back with us because we're going to go into some of the other offerings. Not all yoga is the same, so we're going to the other offerings of what the variety of yoga offerings you have at Hot Yoga Plus. So check back.